Greetings again.
Show me what you have in stock. So long.
Stay out of my way.
The devil walk for a herring.
Need to chat.
I'm all ears, Witcher.
Got something for you.
I love gifts, but I prefer to unwrap them in private. Oi, lads, mind the barrels. Going out for a jabber with Geralt. Come. Oh, that's better. All right, what do you have for me?
Max Bersodi's house, as requested.
Ah, Horst must be livid.
He's not.
No?
He's not anything except dead. His brother, same thing. A few others too.
Stones you've got. But I didn't think you'd have the stomach for a massacre.
Situation got out of hand.
Oh, sounds familiar. There you are, drinking, puffing on henbane, and then, surprise! Heads rolling across the floor. And none know how or why.
I'm not amused.
No? Why not?
'Cause unlike you, killing gives me no pleasure.
The Borsodis aren't worth your tears. Sons of bitches to a man.
Why did you need those papers?
To sink the Borsodis, naturally. You see, I learned of an interesting clause in old man Maximilian. It states that his sons must meet and shake hands in agreement at least once a year at Bellatane.
Guess the old man sensed what might happen.
Horst and Ewald are gnawing on soil now. But thanks to these papers, their relatives won't get the auction house. Families lost it for good.
Awfully noble of you, showing so much concern for the needy.
I couldn't give a rat's ass about the needy. Made a widow disappear. I wanted one thing. Revenge.
The Borsodis. What's your gripe? Get kicked out of an auction?
Worse. They evicted me from my home. Are you really interested?
Wouldn't have asked if I wasn't.
Ha! Cheeky as ever. My family, they took on some debt. A poor investment in a sawmill. A bad crop one year. A lawsuit lost. You know how it is. When it rains, it pours. We needed but a few weeks to recover. But Horst Borsodi had acquired our debt. All of it. Demanded it be repaid immediately. I pleaded. I begged. I tore open my shirt at his threshold. Ugh. It was like talking to a wall. I went to the auction. Saw those perfumed pricks buy my father's sword. My mother's death mask. My brother's horse tack.
No surprise the animosity you feel for him.
That was but the start. My Iris's parents learned of my family's misfortune. And our betrothal was no more. They found her another suitor. One from beyond the sea. The anger I felt. I thought I'd gone mad. Went to the tavern, drank around.
What happened then?
What happened then, Witcher, was one Well, why do you stand there?
Third wish. Time you stated it.
A moment, Geralt. I must see to something. Then we'll chat. You there. Yank the herring out the barrel.
Come on, none of this dallying.
Now, ready to listen? Or do you still not give two shites about what I've got to say?
I'm ready.
Good. You'll return to your lord and tell him as follows. His demand was brazen. Hurt me to the core. For I was brought up to respect the sacred. I will pay him a visit shortly to test his willingness to adapt. So you ride off and
Aye, got it.
Give this man a mount and leave him go. Come, Witcher. We must talk outside. The Aetheri believe one should only discuss important matters out of doors, with the gods as witnesses.
Barrel. What was that about?
On the way here, we stopped for nourishment at a tavern belonging to one Lord Dauntless. Our antics were not to the liking of this Dauntless. Sent a man to warn us that if we were ever to return, we would hang.
You burned the inn down?
I left ample compensation with the innkeep. But it seems the rapscallion, but that's of little import. What matters is someone called... It was one of those threats that sound like an invitation.
Must have made quite a few enemies along the way. Maybe not today and not tomorrow, but someday, someone will find a way to take you down.
And that should trouble me why? I feel no fear. The wise men of Oxenford claim there are no god. I've known this void already. Death holds no surprises.
Fulfilled 2 of your wishes. Time I learned the 3rd.
Confident, aren't you? Proud, sure of...
3rd task, if you don't mind.
Mutations. They stripped you of emotion.
Yeah, I've loved. Can we get to the matter at hand?
Perhaps instead we ought to sit down inside. Have a good chat over some fiery water.
We'll drink once the job's done.
Afraid that's impossible. Succeed and that's the end of me.
3rd wish. Still waiting to hear it.
Aye, aren't you stubborn? Fine. Listen well. I had a wife once. Bring me that bloom. Wouldn't mind reminding myself what it looks like.
When was that? How long's it been? Flowers wilted and turned to dust by now.
You wished to hear a wish. Now you have. Fulfill it.
At least you can tell me where your wife is.
In my old manor, east of Martin Foy's farmstead. I'd wish you Godspeed, but, well...
Oh! Ah!
Watch your step.
Fuck!
Long live Radovid.
Stay out of my way.
Classy, eh? Anyone there?
Mighty rusty. It's covered in creepers.
Kendrick. Kendrick.
Not so loud.
Ah! God.
Not so loud, I said. Don't want to attract them. Believe me.
Foglets.
Kendrick fellow. Who is he?
We's partners. Sneak into derelict houses. With something valuable lying about.
So you're a thief.
Thieves steal from the living. What's the harm taking from the dead? Kendrick went to open the door. I stood watch. Suddenly heard his lamp smash. Then nothing. Quiet. Called out to him, but... What was that? One of them foglets you spoke of?
No.
Phew. That's a stone off my...
I'll see what that was and look for your partner.
Ain't about to wait...
Pretty sprawling, this estate. How am I gonna find that rose in this fog? Fresh manure. Someone's still tending to the flower beds. No violet rose, though. Water's ice cold. Mountain stream cold. Rather worn. Used often. Wonder by who? A grave here? What are you doing in a place like this? Best shoe before you get hurt. Wood's rotted completely. Beehives, well maintained but dormant. No violet rose here. Maybe somewhere out back. A busted lamp, and the ground's trampled. Somebody dragged something this way. A body? Someone dragged a wounded man through here. Prints from cleated boots, leading from the back of the garden. I'd scooch along, kitty. This place. What's that? That digging? Graves, unmarked, laid out in rows like garden beds. Hey. Hear me? Another thief. Body's mutilated. Who are you? Damn. What the fuck was that? No eyes or nostrils, deformed organs. Damn thing had no right to be alive.
Well, philosophers do still debate what it means to be alive, exactly.
Normally I'd be shocked, but not after what I just saw. Who are you two?
Clearly not animals. Think of us as friends of the house.
What's with the show? The pretense that you're animals. You couldn't have warned me?
No. We're obliged to maintain discretion.
So why talk to me at all?
Why? Well, we get...
Gonna need a better answer than that.
Later.
What about this thing? What can you tell me? Friend of yours?
We called him the Caretaker.
Doesn't look like any creature I've ever seen. Where'd it come from?
From very far away. He was summoned to guard Lady Iris and the home. He tended the garden, took care of unwanted guests.
Very far away. Meaning where exactly?
The name of this place would mean naught to you.
You know the master of the house, the owner?
Olgierd von Everec? Yes.
Great. So, Lady von Everec home? Could you announce me, say she has a guest?
Why do you wish to see her?
I'm here to get the violet rose Olgierd gave Iris just before he left.
Iris is inside, in the bedchamber upstairs.
Guess I'll make my own introductions. So, how should I address you?
As you did now. We'd rather keep our names to ourselves. I'm afraid.
What the hell? Gotta be careful. What the hell was that?
This is my house.
Happy families are all alike. Every unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Fire damage. Interesting. What was that? Chamber. Iris was supposed to be here. Lovely couple. gotta be her. Damn it.
You wish to see her? Here she is.
A man should frame his wishes carefully. It forestalls disappointment.
This some sick joke. Why didn't you tell me she was dead right away?
You didn't ask.
And why hasn't anyone buried her?
We can't. As for the caretaker, the one you cut down, while still alive, she ordered him to stay away from her for all time.
How did she die? Don't see any wounds, evidence of a fight.
Her heart burst.
Meaning what? A heart attack?
No, it simply burst.
Find that hard to believe.
Yet that's precisely what happened. One day Iris locked the front door, lay down here and died. From grief, from loneliness.
The deeper I get into this, the more I gotta wonder. Why are you even helping me?
We were summoned to serve Iris von Everec. Our mistress died, but that did not free us from her service.
Got it. You want to leave this place, leave these bodies?
Surprised?
No, not at all. Her ghost's restless, angry, attacks intruders. Know why?
Lady von Everec has endured much hardship. She's unaccustomed to guests and not fond of strange folk.
She can't hear us.
Seems I gotta speak to Iris's ghost.
It's no easy task to contact the mistress. Rage and bitterness fill her.
Got my ways. To make contact with Iris, I gotta bury her body. But that caretaker's macabre little cemetery won't do.
She spent much time in the front garden.
Maybe there.
Wait. Take this key. It opens the front door.
Good dog.
She liked to sit here, but this is not a good place for a grave.
Too close to the house.
I'll keep searching.
Iris von Everec adored flowers.
But she would never want to destroy them.
All right, I'll dig the grave somewhere else. This place seems suitable.
Yes, she loved to paint.
Did Iris von Everec have any last requests? Say how she wanted her remains disposed of?
She feared death. Worried none would see to her burial or say a kind word in parting.
Guess I'll be the one to do that. Can't say much about Iris von Everec, but I do know I like her paintings. It's a shame her art couldn't bring her greater comfort. At times, fate muddles our path, and life turns toilsome, hard to bear. Yet all deserve respite and peace in death. I don't know if you want to be buried with a painting of your husband, but you live together, so maybe you want to be with him in death as well. You two, got any last words for your mistress?
We don't partake in human rituals.
Trusting that what you've done is in keeping with your customs.
The remains are interred. Let's summon her. Tormented spirit, I've laid your bones to rest. Forget your wrath, forget your grief. Show yourself. Forgive me for tearing you from your realm. I need to ask you... Should I follow you? All right. What is this place?
The Painted World. The work of Iris von Everec.
How'd you two get in here?
We exist in both worlds at once.
Strange place.
One born of Iris von Everec's dreams.
It existed only in her mind while she lived. In death, it gained substance.
Pretty fantastic tale. Hard as hell to believe.
Yet you'd best believe it, and be on your guard. The Painted World is rife with danger.
All right, this is lovely and all, but where's Iris?
You awoke her but for a moment. If you wish to speak to her, you must tear her...
Sure, but how?
You're a tracker, right? So you...
Yeah, so?
This is a world built of memories blurred and wilting. Moments.
You need to find them.
Easy to say. Olgierd and his wife look frozen mid-motion.
One of her memories.
It is blurred, incomplete. You must restore it.
Tattered decorations for a special occasion. Wine cup, just like the one Olgierd's holding. Probably not right. Probably not right. Perfect match.
Your health, my dear wife.
And yours, my husband.
In my land, custom calls that newlyweds be greeted with bread and salt. But we're alone for now.
I need none but you. Oh, if only this moment could last forever.
I shall see what I can do. But come in and see our home.
Gladly, but I know this sounds silly, yet the house has sat empty for so long, and I'm
Afraid of spiders? I know. I swept them all up and tossed them in the garden.
my knight. You've seen to everything.
Medallion's humming. A wraith?
No. A nightmare.
A fear crystallized, one you must now face.
Another dream of the past. Bet this one's incomplete too. A lavish feast, trying to impress the guests. Silver thread, pearls. It all must have cost a fortune. Just a little different than the painting.
My darling, is everything all right? You seem pale. Everything's fine, really. But why don't you tell me?
It's a long, rugged journey.
They still refuse to meet me. Is that it? And what's this?
We brought some of Iris's things.
Banknotes.
We paid off your debts, bought them out.
So nice of Mama and Papa to remember me.
Olgierd. Now you see his true nature? A ruffian and a boor who keeps the company of bandits.
So let's follow him. Not me again. I like this place. A bedchamber. Towel stained with blood. A nightshirt. Never worn, I think. Bloodstains. Someone washed their hands, then wiped them dry on that towel.
What time is it?
It's late. Sleep.
Up all night in your study again, I see.
Nothing. Got a bit dirty, that's it.
Is that blood? Have you hurt yourself?
Ink stains. I was writing letters. I shall go to Oxenfurt soon. Perhaps you'd come with me.
Oh, that's a marvellous idea. A trip.
Then it's decided. Now, time for bed. I'm exhausted.
I shan't fall asleep now. It's out of the question. Come, I shall finish your portrait.
Another blurred memory. She painted Olgierd, but the details are off. Living tableau's missing some fresh, as if someone just rinsed it. Living tableau's gotta look just like the painting. Still not right. Living tableau. This goes here. Fits. Maybe. Finally, just like the picture.
Smile a bit wider.
Like this?
You were meant to smile, not bare your teeth. No, still wrong. Smile like you did when... You're useless. I can tell something's bothering you.
I've a bit of work I should see to.
Again? Olgierd, we...
Forgive me. I don't wish to discuss this.
Olgierd.
all geared.
Master von Evereck's study. Here he immersed himself in the arcane arts.
Pentagrams here to bind summoned beings. Lines aren't all clear, though. Need chalk to fix them. Then I can slap these wax candles or own foreign presences. Manor was depressingly gloomy in the winter. The Gates of Mystery. Between Worlds? The Library of an Occultist. Chalk. Blood? For some kind of magic, I bet. Black magic. That should do it. Now for the candles. Let's try this. Nothing. What about... How...
Come!
Go away. I wish to be alone.
Not this time. Come out at once!
Leave me be. I merely want to work in peace. What other spell must I use, damn it? I've tried them all. I wish to end our pact. I summoned it! Damn it! Fire! In here, quickly! The flames! Douse the flames!
I did not expect that. Well, we must find another way out. Smack in the middle of a raging blizzard. Gotta find shelter. Go inside.
contract between Iris and Olgierd. So this is when he started smoking. A beer tankard, but there was vodka in it, drained to the last drop. So that's how he whiled away the long winter evenings. Her father must have been holding the contract.
Furthermore, it is agreed that Iris shall be accorded the respect she is owed, that you shall heed her counsel and request—
Get to the point, Father. My patience runs thin.
Gladly. On Iris's—
You vowed to remain with me, till death do us part.
And I've held to my vow. The Olgierd I married is no more.
Breaking a word once given does not come that easy. You shall stay here, forever.
Enough! You will not command us. You will—
Father! Father! No!
Servants, take this carcass and feed it to the beasts.
Then von Everec ceased to be human.
Though he still loved his wife.
No, he merely remembered that he should love her.
Let's go upstairs.
I remember. We spent much time together here, the three of us.
In silence.
We'll take our places, the same as then.
You do the rest.
A large clay bowl. Small bowl. For soup, maybe? Claw scratches. Got something wrong. There we go. Animal hair. Single place setting. No others on the table. Think this was yours. Perfect match. You actually ate from these bowls?
Of course not. I already told you, we're not animals.
But the caretaker would set them out all the same, as ordered.
Another monstrosity. I begged you to stop this. Those two are too many as it is.
The dog and cat keep you company. This one will protect you, care for the house, no matter what happens.
Before, I wished to know what was going on in that head of yours. I thought... Now, I care not the slightest.
I... feel nothing.
Just as I no longer know if I still hate you.
Olgierd von Everec failed to understand we'd never be able to replace him.
His spectre now casts a shadow over Lady Iris's We're almost at our journey's end.
What's there?
Iris von Everec's greatest fear.
My dearest wife. Letters from Olgierd to Iris. where I only as skilled with words as I am with my blade. Especially now, when an icy void grips my heart. I see how you look at me, and I see you wither. I cannot help you, but I believe I can cease harming you. This letter and this rose are my farewell. May you live in health, and remember but the good times, Olgierd.
not him.
Wait, I want to talk.
Not here. I'm sorry.
For Olgierd?
I thought he'd returned. To me.
What are you? A ghost? An illusion?
I am sadness.
Saw you before, but you weren't yourself. And I saw you again in your memories.
We've met. I had bad...
I've come for the violet rose Olgierd gave you.
On the day we saw one another for the last time. I dried it and placed it in our chamber. I lay there for days, staring at it, until at last it crumbled into dust.
So, the rose is gone?
Not from this world. Look. You buried my body and the flowers bloomed once more. And I was held in a deep, dark sleep. When you placed the painting on my grave, I remembered the day of my marriage. Tell me, how is Olgierd? Healthy? Does he fare well?
Your husband's got a powerful enemy. Gaunter O'Dim. Know the name?
I curse the day I first heard it.
Who is he, and how'd he step into your lives?
It's my fault. It was for me Olgierd summoned the Man of Glass. And it was my fault he wished for Olgierd will best.
Shouldn't worry about him at all. He's no longer the man you loved.
So his heart remains hardened. And did
Not much, but I didn't ask about you. He just sent me to retrieve the rose.
The rose? The last I have left?
Got a feeling the rose is important to you, more than a memento.
I remember so little. Yet when I think of my rose, I begin to recall. The world around me turns real.
Friend once told me about a case like this. Could be strong emotions that bind you to the rose. Feel...
Like an insect pinned in a collet.
Need to be honest. If I take the rose, you might cease to exist.
And what will happen then? Shall I be free?
I don't know.
I don't wish to suffer any longer. But I fear there will be...
I need the rose. Will you give it to me?
It's so fragile. Look, the petal edges have turned crimson. The one thing missing is the single drop of dew which slid down the leaf when I took the rose. You know, I never did read the letter from Olgierd. I didn't have to. And I needn't have kept the flower he left me. I've come to a decision. I shall give you the rose.
Our service thus ends. Thank you, stranger, for freeing us.
Before we go, some advice. Beware of the one called the Man of Glass. Stand in his way, and you'll meet a fate worth...
Glass that can't be broken?
So long.
I'll remember you, Iris von Everec.
That no longer matters. Farewell.
Your way, I'll go back.
The seas are tossing, tossing, and the wind keeps blowing and blowing.
Everyone to me! To me!
2 points.
Oh, please, good sir, a bit of courtesy.
So I look up.
Geralt! Over here!
Oi, wait your looks. Use...
Thanks. Some other time.
Hey now.
Show off.
Of course I am. Wouldn't you be? Time's a marvelous plaything.
And a great spice to use in gingerbread.
So, you were listening. Indeed, occasionally I find time manipulation irresistible. Controlling it offers so... like spiking the soup of unsavory individuals with appropriately ghastly things.
Who are you, really?
Gaunter O'Dim, also known...
Not what I'm asking.
Ah, so you'd rather know what it is I do. In brief, I give folk what they ask for. You might say...
And drop them in a world of hurt.
No, not I. That would be their poorly... I'm no cheat. I give folk what they want, nothing more. That the oft desire...
You're not human, that's clear. So what are you? A demon? A djinn?
Do you really wish to know?
Yes.
No, Geralt. You don't. This one time I shall... All who have learned my true name are now either dead...
You actually control time, or is this just some conjurer's trick?
What difference does it make?
A big one.
Let us...
Why time, of all things?
Geralt, there are 4 dimensions. Length, width...
So, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I wanted to congratulate you. You acquitted yourself...
Was supposed to fulfill his 3 wishes. Did just that.
Nearly. To fulfill the terms of the contract to the...
We never discussed that.
Oh, but we did. As a man of the world, you should know that every contract can... This applies to oral contracts as well. Recall that I said, and I quote...
Yeah, I remember.
Fulfill your end of the bargain... That was the last time you interrupted me while I was talking to someone.
What the devil? Why is there a fly in my soup? I was waiting. I had an eye out for you.
I'm a witcher. Superhuman quickness. Just one of my many qualities.
You tossed this fly in my soup?
No. Now listen carefully. Tell your Ataman to come to the Temple of Lilvani.
What's the commotion?
Lilvani's temple, got it?
Aye, got it. Hold there! Your friend, the medic, she were here.
Thanks.
No stranger to the bottle, eh?
He were there, alive, a moment ago.
Fainted? He's soaked in blood!
Shani?
Oh, Geralt. Good thing you're here.
What happened? Somebody break in?
This? No. Just...
What? When? Where to?
Not what I wanted to talk to you about. Or at least not only, but... I'm leaving, Geralt. The Eastern Front beckons.
Never mentioned you'd be moving. Any intention to either.
I didn't know I would be. Found out this morning. 2 soldiers came to my door, said Redania needs me again.
Couldn't turn him down? Just say no?
Perhaps I could have. But I didn't...
Can't you reconsider and stay?
Geralt, what for? The wedding, the time we've spent together, it was nice. But you have your life and I have mine.
Well, you take care of yourself.
You too, Geralt.
So, learn anything about Olgierd?
Well, I abandoned the books quickly. Decided that if I was going to learn the truth, I'd need to find someone who knows it.
Find anyone?
Turned out I didn't need to look far. A colleague at the academy, an assistant. Apparently, Olgierd asked the professor to do some research. Professor got so worked up doing it, he went daffy. Started...
The professor. Where'll I find him?
Here in Oxenfurt. Cloistered inside his house on Academy grounds. Mage hunters...
Mage hunters at the door. He under house arrest?
I can't say, really. Some of the faculty think him a traitor. Say he's... The assistant, on the other hand, insists the professor wants him there to protect him.
What's your guess?
He's certainly useful to them. A specialist in black magic and the occult? Must be a... If he's really gone off his nutter, I wouldn't be surprised...
Need to talk to this professor.
We'll go together. Redanian guards all over the Academy. Doubt you'll get in alone.
Guards have never stopped me. You know that.
Wound these, and I'll... Besides, we might run into a friend. Get inside free and easy.